Hello, everyone. I'm ZHAO Chuang. Let's draw the head of Coronosaurus. When drawing, choosing an angle that can highlight its distinctive features is quite important. For example, this dinosaur had epiparietals that resembled cauliflower, and two curved horn-like structures atop its frill. In addition, the brow horns above its eyes projected outward to the sides. Therefore, to clearly showcase the lateral structures on this ceratopsian's head, we can turn its head slightly to the front, allowing us to exhibit these horizontal structures effectively. Now, let's get started. First, start by defining the left and right ends of the picture. The left end represents the mouth, the right is the rearmost of its head. Next, use dashed lines to outline the entire head. We can begin with its eyes, which have two very short horns projecting sideways just above them. From this perspective, the horns appear slightly tilted backward. After that, outline the shape of its frill. Next, draw the epiparietals on top of the frill. Start with the first pair of epiparietals, which droop downward into a curved hook shape. Following that, we can directly draw the third pair, which curves sideways like bull horns. Next, add a series of about 5 to 6 normal-shaped processes along the parietal bone. Then, along the squamosal margin, add 4 more processes. After that, draw the nasal horn, followed by the brow horn on the opposite side. Next, we move to add its second pair of epiparietals, which are quite peculiar. Together with the surrounding scutes, they formed a large structure like durian skin. After that, draw its eyes. Then comes its nose. The nasal cavity is relatively large and quite soft, so outline its shape with light lines. Now, let's lightly outline the jugal bone. Make the other side of the frill more detailed. Next, we move on to its mouth and draw a large, curved beak resembling a parrot's. The corner of its mouth should be positioned around here. Then, draw the beak at the front of the lower jaw. The face can be depicted as fuller in this area, as it's wrapped in thick muscles. Add the jugal horn here. The skin around the mouth extends to about this point. Then, outline the boundary between the processes, and the skin as it would have appeared when the creature was alive. The small lateral processes should be like sharp spikes during its lifetime. Now, draw the structures inside its mouth, including the teeth, tongue, and the teeth on the other side. The upper teeth can be roughly outlined, as we will add shading here later. Include some scratch marks on the keratinous beaks at the front of the mouth to emphasize their toughness. Apply shading inside the mouth to create depth. Next, shade these three horns and use scratches to enhance their texture. Then, draw some wrinkles around the eyes to indicate that this part of the skin was soft. Behind the eyes, you can draw a series of relatively large skewts. Ceratopsians often had very tough structures surrounding their eyes. In fact, not only ceratopsians, but many other dinosaurs also had hardened structures to protect their eyes, much like some modern reptiles, such as certain lizards that have large scales around their eyes. Refine those frill processes. Then, we can add shadows beneath these two hook-like horns. On the frill, this area would have had two large openings in the skull, but in life, they were covered with muscle and skin, giving them a softer appearance. Add some wrinkles around the mouth. Followed by a few larger scales. Strengthen the shading in these areas. You can also add some folds to the neck. Try to use as many texture-enhancing lines as possible, such as wrinkles, scales, or scratch marks, to depict the shadows, while leaving the highlighted areas mostly blank. This will make the overall composition look more balanced. Finally, add some muscles to the underside of the neck. Good, like this. We've finished drawing the head of Coronosaurus.